All right, the serve. If you're having trouble with your serve, it most likely has to do with your technique. And there's no quick fix here. We're going to have to practice, and we're going to have to practice the right way. So anyone promising you a quick fix, a trick that's going to help you fix your serve is pretty much full of shit. There's really two things that I think most players that are having trouble with the serve need to focus on first. The number one being the grip, and number two being pronation. Are you pronating correctly, and are you pronating enough? So let's start with the grip. So the grip we want to have for the serve is the continental grip. Okay, so that's almost a backhand grip, and we can give or take a little bit here. But we want to avoid, and what a lot of, especially lower level players are hitting out of, is this forehand grip here. Okay, and this is going to be very hard to improve your serve. If you have this grip, you will never have a good serve. You can get it better with this grip, but you're going to tap out at a certain point to where you're not going to improve anymore. It's very hard to get spins out of this forehand grip too. So if we're in this, I'd say Eastern to semi-Western grip, we want to make sure we're getting into that continental grip for the serve. Now what the continental grip is going to allow you to do, it's going to allow you to pronate better, and it's going to allow you to create spins on your serve. And you're going to end up generating more pace as well. So number two is the pronation. Are you pronating the right way? Are you pronating enough? And a good way to check that is to start, let's say, halfway in the box here. Choke up on your racket, of course, in the correct grip. So we're going to start in the power rail position, the trophy position, the racket on edge. There's a lot of names for this, but definitely make sure we're choked up. Now we're just going to toss and focus on the pronation. Okay? And if you're not sure what pronation is, that's when the forearm rotates and the thumb kind of points towards the ground. Now I want you to see where my racket finishes all the way through. So I get a full wrist rotation or pronation through the shot. And one way to know that if you've done it correctly is if the butt of the racket comes around the other side of your arm. So if we're not pronating correctly, the butt of the racket is going to hit your forearm, or it's going to come around the opposite side of the forearm. So we want to make sure that the butt is finishing out this direction, not on the inside. So that would be proper pronation. And we can kind of exaggerate the pronation a little bit here, but we just want to get a feel to make sure that we're doing this the right way. So after I hit maybe 10 or 15 with the racket choked up, I'm going to slide back down on the grip and do the exact same thing, making sure I'm getting a full pronation through the serve. And we don't have to fall through it first, but after you get comfortable, we can add that follow through into. Now after we serve, I would say 10 or 15 inside the box, we're going to move back to the service line and just repeat those same steps. Choke back up on the racket. Make sure you're getting the correct pronation. You don't have to follow through, but you can if you want to. The main focus is on the pronation. So after we hit 10 or 15, we'll slide back down on the racket. Do another 10 or 15 out of the full grip, making sure we're really snapping that wrist and pronating through the shot. After we move from the service line, we can come back to the baseline. Again, repeating the same steps, choked up on the racket. See if we can get that pronation from back here. And once we get comfortable, we'll slide back down on the grip. And again, focusing on the pronation from the baseline. Okay, so I would suggest doing one basket a day, which is around 75 to 100 serves. Make sure we're getting a lot of repetition because you're going to have to reprogram your muscle memory if we're not doing this the right way. But I promise you, if you really focus on the correct grip and you get the pronation down, you're going to see a huge difference in your serve. But it's going to take practice, going to take hard work. So get out there on the court. If you're only playing 2 or 3 days a week, just make sure you do this every single practice. If you're playing once a week, just do this every single practice. All right, this is David from Tennis Rebels. Thanks for stopping by, and I'll see you in the next video.